Yeah, check 1 2, check 1 2. Is this mic on? Is this mic on? Hey, listen, man, it's the one and only trendsetter DJ Sense, and you're listening to CockTales, dirty discussions with Kiki and Medina Monroe. Yeah.
Today's cocktail is called vino. And the ingredients you need to make a vino is just a bottle of your favorite wine, get your favorite girlfriends, and share a bottle of wine with your girls. People underestimate sharing a bottle of wine with your girlfriends.
I love a good bottle of wine, especially on a picnic day or a Monday or a Wednesday or Tuesday.
We can go through like three. Kiki and I are known to go through like three. If we're now on the show, no, but like together, I think there have been nights when it's like we're on our third bottle. Let's
It's
stop.
just, especially if you're just like chilling at a friend's place and you're just talking. I will drink and drink and drink.
And
I,
you always have wine. You're a real adult.
yeah. I like to keep wine in the house. I feel like I got that from my aunt Sean because she keeps her bar stocked and she also keeps her wine fridge that I got her for our birthday years ago. And I love when I see people using the gifts that I got them.
Mhm.
And so she keeps it fully stocked. There's a back stock.
Oh.
It is just stocked, and I just feel like that's so grown when you can pop up at somebody's house and they always have libations and a little snack, they can whip up a charcuterie board for you or anything like that. That is the epitome of being a grown ass woman. Anyway, welcome back to Cocktails Dirty Discussions, you guys. I'm Kiki Said So.
And I am Medina Monroe. Hey, y'all.
Hey. So I want to remind you guys to make sure that you are listening to the episode all the way through to the end because we have moved our announcements to the end of the show and we have some really cool things that we want to make sure that you are aware of. Also, make sure you sign up for Patreon, or if you're already on Patreon, go look at the new bonus content that is up. We've put some new videos up there and I think it's pretty funny. So y'all go check that out.
Check it out. And you guys, this week we're going to be talking about role models for young girls. Who are they? Do they have them? We have the CEO of the Power of Girls on this week, and we're going to dive in about everything leadership, confidence, like I said, for the young women of the world. Because are we worried about them? I don't know. Where they going? We got hope. Hope is still alive. We have Tameka Key. Listen, I'm so happy to have you on. I love when we have impactful leaders of our city helping the youth. And if you guys have never heard of the Power of Girls, check it out, thepowerofgirls.org.
Yep, that's it.
So what exactly is it?
We are a leadership program. We focus on confidence, leadership, and cultural awareness. And I always say the cool part of what we do is that we work with our girls for a year, our middle and high school girls, and then we take them on an international trip. So we have our fourth cohort that would be going to Paris and Cairo in June.
That is exciting.
Are they excited?
They are so excited. We just announced a couple of weeks ago that we're taking them to Disney Paris, just as a bonus. And they were, I was like, wow, okay. I didn't know they were going to be that excited, but they're really, really excited.
What's the age range?
So we go from middle school to high school, but my cohorts, they actually are in high school and college. I have some girls that are in college. So, and those alumni come back to mentor our younger girls, et cetera. So we have the gamut, but we are pretty much the only nonprofit that travels with middle school girls in Atlanta.
That's wonderful. In middle school and high school, that's such an intricate age. And
Yes, it is.
to be able to add travel into that part of life is so important. Kiki and I always talk about how important travel is to growth.
Oh, yes, it is. It's very, I always say you can't be what you don't see. And our girls are able to see the world at a very young age. Some of them travel, a lot of them travel without their parents. A lot of them, this is their first time traveling on a plane. We've seen everything. So this is like super exciting for everyone.
That's going to be so good for them because I just think about like growing up, I took trips with my family.
Okay.
But I knew a lot of people who never went on a vacation with their family. They never traveled anywhere, whether it was international or not, just never going anywhere. And then even talking to people now, and it's cool to see somebody have their first experience.
Yes.
But I have to say, it's kind of sad sometimes when you meet somebody who doesn't travel and it's by choice and it's because they're fearful of traveling, whether it's they don't want to go at all, they're scared of planes or whatever transportation method, or they feel like, oh, I can't go by myself. And I just think when you're able to have those experiences younger and they become more a part of your life, it makes it so much easier and you'll miss out on way less things because you won't have so many hangups.
Yeah.
Growing up, I traveled my whole life. My mom worked for American Airlines.
Oh, look at, okay.
And so I was on a plane by myself at 5 years old, going to my grandma, or going, it would be me, Mecca, and Malik, my sister, my brother. and we always knew travel. So we never were scared of it. And I think that is a huge reason of why now as adults, we're not really scared of much. Not big, like we might be scared of little small things, but like big things, absolutely not. It's like, oh, you
Plane
could
at
do
5.
anything. Yeah. I never really needed my mom to like come with me place. It's really interesting how little drops of exposure,
Yes.
what they do for little humans. I was listening to a podcast recently and they talked about how sometimes when kids are young and you want to expose them to certain things, and there are some people who are like, you don't need to throw them a birthday party. They're not going to remember it. It's not about that. It's about the exposure and the nuggets of what they will remember in their psyche. So I love what you're
Thank
doing.
you.
Before
Thank
we dive
you.
deeper
Mhm.
into you and
Yeah.
weird sex, we're going to play a game really quick.
Okay, let's do it.
So Kiki and I created a game. It's called I'm Curious to Know. If you have never heard of it, if you have not purchased it yet, please go to I'mCuriousToKnow.com, get the game, play the game with anybody you know, but especially people that you're thinking about having sex with, because this helps you get to know them a little bit better because people struggle with conversation.
Yes, they do.
You want to go first, Kiki?
Sure. Okay, so my first question for you is, what is your most memorable date and why?
Ooh. Well, I told you guys earlier that I've been with my husband for about 15 years. And I would say my most memorable date would be something actually very similar to these cards that you guys have. It
Mhm.
was actually just here in Atlanta. I purchased the cards. It was like conversational cards. And we just sat and really talked to each other. And the conversation kind of went to the left because some of the, the questions that they ask can be very intricate. And it was stuff that I've been with this guy forever. And it was like, oh, I didn't know that your love language was gifts. I
Mhm.
just didn't know that. And he didn't know certain things about me. I always remember that. I mean, we've been around this world, but that was just a memorable date. I mean, it was right here in downtown Atlanta. And it just was just like, I love conversation. And he's a very quiet person. So I had to get him to open up. So now I just grab the cards anytime I go.
I love a good card deck. It helps you get deeper if you don't know really what to ask.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep.
Okay, I'm curious to know, Tameka, how do you feel about marriage?
How do I feel about marriage? I feel like it's exactly what I needed for myself. I mean, I have my partner. I also feel, I will say this, that we put so much pressure on each other, like the world, to be married, right? And I didn't feel that pressure when we got married. We were together for a very long time. We were young. And we were wild. We were a little wild.
I love a
So
good
I
young
didn't
wild
so I
couple.
didn't get married to him until almost like 12 years. And I know that that's like taboo to some people. Like, "Yeah, you waited for him that long?" No,
Or
I
did he
didn't.
wait for
Oh,
you?
you know what? I like that. I like that
Mhm.
because he did propose. So
Mhm.
he's the one who asked. But it took us a while to get there and really understand like what that commitment meant. And as you go through the years, we've gone through so much together, like, deaths, births, all these different things. I just love that I have my partner and it's sealed. I feel like there's like a seal on it
Mhm.
because we did it in front of God and our family and friends. So
I love that. What I was saying earlier before we started recording, my friend was talking about marriage and how it was rough and they almost got a divorce.
mhm.
And I actually called her the other day and I said, you know what? I want to tell you something. I am so proud of y'all for because that people who have a rough time, even if you almost get a divorce, or even if you are sticking it through him where everyone's like, you gonna keep wait, and it's like, yeah, because you know what? I said I would.
Mhm.
I said
Said
for
I
better
would.
or for
Yep.
worse. And
I
you
did.
don't know what that worst is going to be. And so I actually look at marriage now where it's like the people that have them crazy marriages, as long as ain't nobody going upside your head
Oh no.
and you can stick together and y'all can even if y'all stay separated for a year or two, y'all didn't give up.
Yeah,
And
I
that's
like that.
actually what it is. It's like you
Okay.
said you was gonna do it.
I said I was gonna do it,
Said you
and
was
that's
gonna
my
do
best
it.
friend. So,
I love that.
oh, thank you, thank you,
That is
thank you.
beautiful. Okay, so on a scale of 1 to 10,
Ooh.
how happy are you right now with how your life is?
Ooh, oh, girl. I would say like a solid 7.
Okay.
There's just some things that I want better. Like I want, a bigger space. I really want to purchase the condo next to us
Mhm.
because we're in a small space. I want clarity. I want to be able to like breathe and really breathe things out and not feel like the anxiety that I feel all the time.
Mhm.
So a lot of it is nothing material. Like I don't want things, well the house is a thing, but I want to feel a certain way. And when I feel that way, I don't think you could ever get like to a 10, but I want to like a solid 9. And right now I feel like I'm just so overjoyed. But there are things that I need to be able to get over mentally and then I'll be in a better space.
Okay.
Mhm. Okay, this is my last one. I'm curious to know, who's your celebrity crush? I know you are married people allowed to still have celebrity
Oh, I have
crushes?
one.
Okay.
Okay, I have. Can I say two?
Say two.
They are so different too. This is so funny. I really like Bobby Brown and all my friends.
Bobby Brown,
Yes.
the king of R&B.
Yes, y'all are not.
They used to do crack.
Don't do that.
Sorry. Sorry.
We made too much money to do crack. Crack is
I
whack.
really like Bobby Brown. I've always liked him.
You like the bad boys.
Yeah, and so the second person is Future.
Oh, you like the super bad
You
boys.
like the ones that's gonna run off on them children. Well, Future is fine though. Sometimes I see how he
is.
gets all the girls.
Yeah.
And sometimes I see him, I be like, damn, he does look like Meryl Streep. But black.
Meryl Streep?
Yes.
I've
Have
seen
y'all
that,
seen
yeah.
him?
No.
I've seen it side by side.
He looks
Yes.
like Meryl Streep.
Yes, he
You're not gonna
does.
be able to
Yes,
see
he
it.
does.
It makes me so mad when somebody gets your twin right. Somebody once said I look like Arthur the Aardward, and I saw the picture.
Aardvark.
Whatever his name is.
Look, tell me you don't see it.
Oh
see
my
him, yeah.
gosh!
Oh, let me go ahead and save this picture.
Future looks like
Show
Meryl
it.
Streep.
Yes.
I wonder if they're kin.
They could be.
Oh,
Wow.
Y'all go ahead and do y'all's ancestry and let's talk about it.
Yeah, I love Meryl. First of all,
I do
oh
too.
my goodness.
She can play a lot of characters, and apparently he can too, because these women keep having these babies with him
listen, you got him falling.
before he starts playing hide and seek. All right.
Do you have another one?
No, that's
Okay.
it.
Okay.
We're gonna actually move on to weird sex, and then we're going to learn more about you.
Okay.
Okay. All right, you guys. So our wonderful friends over at VB Health have just dropped a new product, and it is called Energy Boost. So before we even talk about how wet we want you to be and get, we want to remind you guys that a
You need
wet
energy.
pussy is no good if you tired. Because who's going to be able to slide up in that thing if you sleep? Better be nobody. So VB Health has had a bunch of new products that really encompass like overall wellness. They've
Mhm.
got magnesium. They've got whatever CoQ10 is. I don't know, but it's doing
And I'll
something.
be taking it.
Mhm.
And stuff to help you
Ashwagandha.
sleep.
Yes, they have sleep boost gummies. They
Protein
have energy
powder.
boost. They've got creatine in a powder. They've got there's another one I took. I can't remember, but you got to remember that soaking wet is also a probiotic and prebiotic for your vaginal wellness.
Mhm.
And that is what's most of all important for you to remember today is to get your soaking wet supplements. All of the details are on their website. If you go to soakingwet.com, you can go to vb.health and just make sure you're using our code because there's so many great products out there for you to try and just follow the instructions. It takes about a week or two for them to fully be in your body as long as you're following the
Mhm.
instructions for
Staying
you to see some
consistent.
work, some progress.
I'm always asking my friends and random people when we're talking about health, like, do you take vitamins? And I am appalled at the amount of people that say, nah.
A lot of
Like,
people don't take vitamins.
not even a little multi. You guys, as you grow, you have to take vitamins. And I love that with VB Health, this is a one-stop shop. Protein powder, energy boost, your sex vitamins, soaking
got a
wet,
multivitamin.
drive boost. They have a multivitamin. You have to put wellness first in your life. And I need y'all to know that. Please.
It's very important. So I just want to remind you guys one last time to make every encounter slipperier, sexier, and downright sensational. It's time to get soaking wet and keep those good times coming, literally. And the best part, soaking wet is formulated by medical doctors at VB Health, but y'all knew that already. So anyway, make sure you go to visit make sure you visit soakingwet.com. Use code CockTales, CockTales, for 10% off, or just click the link in the episode description.
You said a man is not a necessity, a man is a luxury.
Like dessert. Yeah. Man is absolutely not necessity.
Did you mean that to sound mean and bitter?
Oh, not at all. I adore dessert. I love men. I think men are the coolest. But you don't really need them to live.
You guys, so thank y'all for sending me more and more of these crazy weird sex stories. I saved a few on Instagram that y'all sent me recently. I don't know how old the stories are, but this one, I think this is I won't do this one. This one is weird too. This is another, you done got something stuck. So it's another person who got something stuck in their butt. And
bored.
I wanted to bring this up because last time I did somebody got something stuck in the butt story, I was telling y'all need to buy sex toys so that you can make sure that this is what they're made for. Well, this man got his anal plug stuck up there, so he did do the right thing.
He didn't get a
Anyway,
good company.
well, I think his booty just had too much suction because it sucked up the whole thing, so it was just tight, and inside you got some suction. Anyway, they had to do surgery to put in there, so the doctor was like, next time use a rope.
The doctor's like,
And
I've
like a
been there, done
tampon.
that.
Yeah, like you just need a little string hanging out or something. And some toys have that. So maybe y'all should look into that if you got a really tight kind of booty hole. Good luck. Anyway, y'all keep sending me these weird sex stories. I find them insanely entertaining.
Wow, that's really scary.
Mhm.
Well, before we get to know our guest, Tameka Key, we want to just give you a really quick message from one of our sponsors that just launched a brand new product, Energy Boost.
So Energy Boost is a powder that you can put inside of like a bottle of water. I usually just in the morning before I do a workout, I'm gonna drink half of that water bottle down, put a scoop of the Energy Boost in there, and it's so good. Now, Energy Boost comes from VB Health. You might remember VB Health from when we've talked about soaking wet and when we've talked about Drive Boost. They still have those amazing products, but they also have some really good ones that are for your health, like whether it be vitamins and minerals for your everyday health, workout health, protein shakes, all sorts of things. They really have some amazing things.
They really
And
do.
you really got to make sure that you are still staying stocked on your soaking wet.
You really do. Also, I want to let you guys know, as someone who has not been having sex and is like, oh my gosh, is my libido all right? You know what? Yes, it is, because I do take Drive Boost. Drive Boost is for all genders and it's for your libido. I love that name. Libido. Libido. So make sure you drive your boost by going to.
You're just going to go to vb.health and you'll use our code. The link is also in the description box, but you can use our code CockTales and you will get 10% off your purchase. And that discount code is available site wide. So you can stock up on your Drive Boost, your Soaking Wet, and all of your energy supplements, your protein shakes, everything else that you need. I really hope that you guys are using the products that we're telling you about because we're trying to help y'all out. Okay.
And I love that it's a one-stop shop. I also love that VB Health has a simple mission, and it is to create supplements that work, and they do. So check
So make sure that you make every encounter slipperier, sexier, and downright sensational. It's time to get soaking wet, and it's time to drive that boost, that sex boost with Drive Boost. Make sure you head to vb.health. Sorry, use code CockTales, CockTales, and you'll get 10% off. Now we'll get back to the show.
All right, Miss Tameka.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, you've already told us a little bit about your nonprofit, The
Mhm.
Power of Girls.
Yep.
Now, I wanted to ask you, and I really want all of us to answer, but I want to start with you.
Okay.
What does power mean to you?
I think power in some ways means control, but not controlling other people.
Mm-hmm.
It's like control of yourself, control of your environment.
Mm-hmm.
It's like what exudes out. Every time I think of the word power, I always think of the star that we have
Mm-hmm.
because a star just has like so much power, like the sun. And that's what you want that to exude out of yourself.
Mhm.
And again, I think it's just like control of your mind, your thoughts, your who you are.
Mhm.
I think that that's really important. So that's what power means to me.
Mm-hmm. I love that. Kiki, what does it mean to you?
I would say when I think of power, I think of strength, resilience, and leadership.
Come on.
I think that those are important things to have, whether you want power or if you already have it. Ways that you can show it, areas of your life that maybe you could strengthen so that you feel like you have more power. And that could be in dealing with your work life, school, family, friends, business, anything.
Mm-hmm.
What about you?
When I think about power, I think a while ago, old Medina thought about it in a different way. Medina 2.0, I now think that power represents you radically knowing yourself. Like, it's a very personal thing. It has nothing to do with the outward things. It has everything to do with, are you able to become so aware of yourself, so in tune with yourself that it is very hard to knock you off of that.
Mhm.
People can, and that takes work. You're dedicated to the self-work. You're dedicated to whatever God's mission might be for you. You can hear him. You can see him in everything that you do. I think that is power, the power to stay on it. Like,
Mhm.
I have yet to gain that power yet, but I'm seeking it. I think that it's an internal thing. And that message has to like keep being pushed so people don't keep reaching for things.
Yeah.
And now you think you're powerful because you got money, but you lack self-awareness. You lack empathy. You lack kindness. You know what I mean? I feel like we've all met people like that where it's like, you look powerful. I mean, the
I think
president.
a lot of times people confuse like positions that people are
Yes.
in or
Title.
material things. And it's like we all have seen at least two people who are in a position of power, but they don't have the leadership skills. They don't actually have the confidence. They're not really sure of themselves.
If you
They're
snatch the
actually a
title or
pawn.
the things,
No way.
what are you? Somebody recently said to me, it's great that people have these expensive things. You got a Porsche or the men who hide behind what they have or the women. But what you have, what I can touch, that doesn't tell me anything about you other than that's what you got.
Yep.
What's on them insides? So that's what power means to me.
I like that.
And I think you have to be conscious of who you allow to be in power, because some people, they could let it go to their head, or they
Yeah.
really are not good leaders. They're not good at certain things that you actually need this person in power to do. I thought about whichever one of y'all just said
The president.
No, the president.
Ain't that crazy?
Prime example. But yeah, that's somebody with power but lacks.
When's the first time you felt powerful as a woman?
You know what? This is interesting that you asked me that. The first time I felt powerful as a woman, I was actually working for the sports team I told you about. I was driving up 985. I'm on my way to Flowery Branch. And I was like, wow, I could hear God talking to me. That's like when it all synced together. Like you're where you're supposed to be. You're doing what you thought would actually, I didn't even think I was supposed to be doing that. But it just felt, everything just felt so natural. I didn't have the title at all. I didn't have the title, but I felt so confident in myself. It's crazy that you bring that up because I think about that moment a lot. I was in my little Acura driving up 985 going to work. And I was like, wow, what does God have for me next? This is amazing what I'm doing right now. But I just felt like, it just felt so good. Sometimes I chase that feeling. Like I want to get back there. When she asked me earlier about, the scale, those are the feelings that I'm chasing right now.
Come on.
So I'm not chasing like I said, I'm not chasing anything. I'm just trying to chase like these feelings and then ride that out for a while.
I love that. What does the chase look like?
I mean, it's just like removing things. I am somebody told me recently that I was a people pleaser and it bothered me.
Are you though?
Why?
I think I am. When I actually had to like think about what she said it in a really cool way. She was like, when I first met you, I just, thought that you were a people pleaser. And I had to think about the interactions that I had with people. And I was like, oh, maybe I am. Maybe, the way that I interact, at my full-time job, the way that I interact with friends, etc. I just really enjoy like pleasing people, but it also like takes away from myself. So when I think about power, it's like about me and being able to walk away from things and not feel guilty about it.
I literally had that on the notes.
Oh, so when the person told you they thought that you were a people pleaser and your initial reaction was like, what is it about people pleasers that you don't like maybe? And then what is it that you realize that you were doing that you definitely want to change?
People pleasers in a very negative way don't think about themselves. They don't actually consider themselves first. And I did realize for myself that I wasn't considering myself. I was the person that did everything. Like I was on every committee at sorority. I did everything for my nonprofit. I did everything, raising my hand always at my job, like all the time.
You was doing too much.
I was doing too much. I was and the thing is, my grandmother would say, like, where's she at? What's she doing? She always doing something. And that's my personality anyway. Like I love to do things, but are these things like really filling me? So when I realized that, I started just shedding. And it's hard because people are used to you being the planner, the person that pulls everybody together. And I just can't do that anymore. I have to take care of myself. I have to take care of my marriage before I be like homegirl. Like
Absolutely.
I'm serious. Like I got to take care of myself. And I realized that because I was people pleasing, I wasn't pleasing myself, my marriage, or anything else. I was just out there. So
and then it's wild because when you move like that, which we've all had experiences like that on different scales, if you don't become self-aware, you will look at everybody else like they did it to you. You did it to you.
I did it to myself. So I'm in the process. Again, for moving from the 7 to 9. I said 9 on purpose. It's my favorite number. But it's my line number.
I was about to say, it's your line.
It's my line number.
My DP. Never mind. Go ahead.
But yeah, when I think about that, the things that I'm actually like putting my energy towards, and and I'm older, and I'm just realizing this. I didn't read the room for a long time, and when she said that, I was like I said, ooh, like okay. But when she said it, it was a jolt for me, and I needed to, and I took it. I'm one of
Yeah.
those people. You can give me feedback all the time. I'm cool with that, and I was happy that she said that because it was a jolt. I told my husband, "So you think I'm a people?" He was like, he was like, oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. So we're working on it.
We all working on
Speak of
something.
3.0, I think I'm going to now.
You doing great.
Yeah, I think the people pleaser thing is a hard one because nobody wants to feel like they're a people pleaser, even when sometimes you look back at how you live in your life and you absolutely are. And I think if somebody is telling you that that's what you are, or you're starting to wonder, you do need to have an honest talk with the woman or man in the mirror and figure out why everybody else's wants, needs, any little thing is more important than yours, and kind of tackle that. And I think that that's one way to go about reprioritizing and making sure that you're looking out for yourself and not just everybody else. Um, yeah.
My people pleasing skills look like mine look a little different from yours. Mine are I'm one of those people where I will move without clarity. And I've started to change that. Like if someone asks me to do something and I feel like dumb if I don't know how to do it, and I just act like I know what you mean, and like just oh yeah, like okay, yeah, I got it. And I really don't got it. And now I'm on the other end of it, like trying to like do all this
Figure it
extra work
out.
to figure out so that you don't think that I didn't know how to do it. And now I'm just at a point where I'm like, I need more clarity. I literally had to stop somebody in their tracks today because it's like, don't tell me what I should know. I don't know it. And so if you want it done correctly, this is what I need for you to do. And so I've been stopping people in their tracks. Like, so let me ask you this. Somebody asked me to do them a favor this weekend, and the favor was very you wanted me to do more, but you were asking in a lesser way in hopes that I would do more. Does that make sense?
Like they asked you for a small favor, hoping that you would just
do the big
volunteer for the big thing.
and normally the people pleasing me would be like, I know what you mean and I'm gonna do it. No, I need you to say it with your chest and your mouth.
Say it.
Because it was like they were like I was helping a friend do a birthday party and she had and it's like that's the type of stuff
Birthday
it's like,
parties get stressful.
don't bamboozle somebody into something because I'm willing to help you, but be clear about what the level of help is that you need. I will likely say yes, but I'm working on me. Now, this might be trying to manipulate people, but I feel like it's healthy manipulation. You need to speak up. She was like, you have the key to the office. I left my office in Spain. I left my key in Spain and I need the key because the backdrop is in there. And I was like, and I live right next to where she wanted me to go. I wanted her to say what she needed though.
Say it.
I was like, okay, so you want me to bring you the key?
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah. And I was like,
I don't even think that's manipulation. Bitch, what
what
the fuck
do you
want?
need? Because here's what's going to
You
happen.
want the key, but it's like, I can meet you at the spot. Do you want me to meet you at the spot? Or do you actually need me to bring it to you?
And instead of telling me what she needed, she's asking me, well, where are you? Well, what time? I'm at church.
I
Don't
feel like
play.
that person is more manipulative, not you saying, what do you actually need?
But the people pleasing me would have just been like, let me leave church early because that's what she's assuming. And I didn't do it. I said, you say you need me to bring you the key. I'm going to bring you the key. You going to go do all this running around that you don't really have to do if you would just be clear with what you need. Is what you want me to do is, since I have the key, go to the place, pick up the backdrop and bring it to the party and help you set up. But you need to say that.
You just need to ask me where you can come meet me for this key so you can get your party together. Because also, don't ask me at the last minute. That is really frustrating because, like, what's the problem?
Yeah.
You need a task rabbit.
You need a task rabbit.
Or an Uber package or something. Like, sometimes I think that people also forget to use other resources. Like, do not stress me out.
Please.
On my weekend or whatever day, really.
Stress causes cancer. I say this it really does, y'all. Yeah. Or be clear about what you need. Okay. What does confidence mean to you, Tameka? And I want you to answer too, Kiki, and I'll answer also.
Okay. So confidence for me is completely just owning it. Like it doesn't matter what it is, what you're doing. Being confident is owning it.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing that I try to explain to the girls when I think about confidence and leadership is that you don't have to be the loudest person in the room. You don't have to be like the most like charismatic. Is that the word?
Charismatic, yeah.
Charismatic.
That New York came out. Queen.
It did come out. You don't have to be that person, but you have to know what your strengths are. When we do strength-based testing and all that stuff for them to understand that you can be a confident leader in this position. You don't have to, have the title all the time. So we talk about confidence all the time. That's what we drive in our girls, and you see the difference. Oh, I love it too, especially my shy ones. It's not like I said they get loud or boastful. It's just more of like you can feel them own the room, and I love that. I love that for them.
I love it for you.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, what's confidence mean to you?
You know what? Whatever the last thing you said, it made me instantly think like how confidence isn't necessarily loud. And I
Yeah.
think that a lot of people forget that. They assume that the loud person, the outwardly confident appearing person, is the confident one. But to me, it's more internal, it's more quiet, and it's really about being sure of yourself, being sure of what you want. Is feeling comfortable setting boundaries and sticking to them without feeling the need to over explain, without feeling the need to be a people pleaser, being okay with walking away from things that don't align, being okay with people not liking you or misunderstanding you when you did your very best to be clear and to speak with respect and to hope for understanding. But you just feel better about all of the choices that you make and the things that you do and how you're moving through the world when you are truly confident. It's so much less energy where you're unsure or you have to call 50 people to get their opinion on your life. It's like, no, I can actually be self-assured. I feel confident in what I'm doing, and maybe it'll work, maybe it won't, but I feel sure of myself, and that is confident.
Yeah, I think I take a little pieces of both of what y'all said, and also adding to me confidence. Oh, you right. It's not loud. It's really not loud. I think it's grounding. I think it's like being solid with who you are, whether you have a title, whether you have a look, or you don't have it. You can show up in your boxer, not your boxers, because you need some clothes on, but your sweatpants and a hair tie with no makeup on. Come on, Drake. Or you are grounded in who the F you are. Like, and it don't matter who in the room and who's not in the room. I always commend comedians that can get up in front of a crowd and it's 3 people or it's 3 million people. And you can still give that same, or you're not like, oh my gosh, no one's here. You know what you walking with, what you working with. You can hear your voice. You can like you know your value. That is confidence. And it's interesting because like I have that in certain areas, and in certain areas I absolutely do not have it. And I think I'm confident and honest enough to say it. You're honest and owning your story in real time.
Yep.
You know what I mean? We all have met the people where it's like you started something and you're not saying the truth about like your why. We talk about this all the time in real estate. I'm also a real estate agent. So when you say you think about buying that condo, I say, we gonna talk. They talk about your big why. And people give these fluff answers like, I just want to learn about real estate. That's not, they get you to dig deep. That's not your why. That's not your why. Why did you start this podcast? Oh, because I love talking about relationships. That's not your why. You have to go deep. The people that can go deep and be honest in their story, in their real time, and where they're at and how you got here, I love that. To me, that's confidence because it's the truth. Confidence is truth. Oh, I love it. And I love that you instill that message into your young girls. And so I wonder, is there a process to that? When the women come to you in your program, are they lacking confidence? Is there a level that you're like, okay, this is how we start? Is there a blueprint to how you teach it?
I can never give away the blueprint.
Oh.
But the thing I will say is that you can again go from a 7 to a 9 or a 3 to a 4. We're always going to shift you. I've had some girls that are very, very confident, and we've had to like humble them. And those are the people that I always say you have to learn how to read a room, and you have to learn how to read a room very young. I always say like confidence is one thing, but being conceited is something completely different, right? So we want them to be able to shift. Like if you rate yourself when you first come in at a 3, then by the end, we want you to know that confidence. But a lot of it comes from the parents. The parents will come back to us and say, I see the change. And when I get those messages, that's when I smile. I'm like, they're like, I see the change in her. I see, even when we teach the girls to have difficult conversations with their parents, because sometimes people act out because they just don't have the language. But we give them the language. And then if you give the confidence, then you're able to say, actually, mom, let's talk about this. Maybe not right now because you're upset, but let's talk about this later. And then the parents are like, whoa, I did not see that. Or I had one of my girls, she wanted something and she put together a PowerPoint for her mom.
I know that's right.
And she was like, she is in here doing a whole presentation. What did you teach them? And I'm like, she's trying to get to the end, and you could still say no, but at least she went through the process to show you that she's confident in what she's asking for. She's just not asking to ask. So, we have girls that are in college. They call sometimes. I had one of my girls reach out, and she has a business out in Hawaii. And she was like, Miss Tameka, how do you feel sometimes when things don't go right? And I was like, I'm just so glad that she felt comfortable enough to call me. And we haven't chopped it up yet, but she is confident. Like, she has her own business and she's in college, but the fact that she's able to take a step back, and I told her, I said, you know what, for this event, maybe you go ahead and cancel it, and it's okay. I said, just go to sleep. Well, just go to sleep.
Sometimes
Get
that's the
some
best
rest.
thing to do. Take
Just
a
get
nap.
some rest, because and then I just love that when I get that feedback from them. But I think that going through different programs, whether it be our program or different girl organizations, I think that's really important for girls to be, like, if it's Jack and Jill, whatever it is, I think that that's really important for girls to go through. I didn't have that growing up, but I see a lot of that now, and I think the world is going to shift a little bit because of all of the things that we have out there. We need more, actually. So,
And then I want to go back a second. You were talking about things that you do to help build their confidence, but then you said some of the girls are very confident and you have to humble them. So just so that we know what you mean by that, what do you mean they're too confident and you have to humble them?
you'll have girls that have like a certain background. So all of my girls, I'll say it like this, and this is Atlanta. So I say that our girls come from anywhere from Inman Park to Martin Luther King, right? You put a mix of girls like that with different backgrounds, and sometimes because they have things, they'll come in a little bit confident because another person doesn't have a thing, or, oh, you haven't traveled before, or you want to make sure that they find their common denominators, and that's how you humble somebody. Where you're like, you know what? It doesn't matter that your dad drives you in a Ferrari to school every day. In this program, we're going to figure out what's going on inside of you, and that's when it clicks. It's like, oh, you having boy problems too?
Now we crying together.
Girl, and they in the corner. When I say crying, so that's the part that I love about our organization, is that it's an array of girls. It's very different, and they always find that commonality. And when you start to, I like the clicks. Like, when they start to click up and they find their thing, that's just really powerful for me. They're not, like, homogeneous in one area. Like, oh, these are all of my, Jack and Jill kids, etc. It's like, no, everyone is just so different, and they find that thing. They're all fearful right now. We're traveling. Like, that's something that's really, that's jarring for them. Like, we've had a couple of girls that are like, this feels a little bit scary right now to travel, but they just find that thing. And when I say humble, it's more of like, I want you to be able to find something in somebody else that you can connect to, and not come in and feel like, because the thing is that a lot of programs are focused on academics, right? So they're so used to 4.0, this, da, 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 da. And the thing is that for this, that's not that. The way that we pick our girls, it's an application process. People always say, how can I join? And I'm like, oh, can't join. You have to apply, because we're putting it together in a way where everybody's going to complement each other. So it's not that you have the 4.0. Some people may have that they're slipping, and that's okay. We're going to be able to work with you.
Because that's the real world. And I like that you say that, because I literally had on here to ask about, like, the uniqueness in leadership, uniqueness in confidence, and how important it is to keep pushing the confidence message. I'm sure when we were all young girls, there was a confidence message in my household from all the women in my family. There was a confidence message in your household. There's a confidence. Everybody gets this message, and it's important to keep it going. But it starts to evolve, because now, if I ever had a daughter, or when I do meet young girls and we have, like, deep conversations just about life, and they just want to know about, like, womanhood, I think it's important to show them the array of women that there are. Everybody is not a suit wearing Kamala, which, shout out to Kamala, because she a bad bitch in her own right.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Michelle Obamas. Shout out to the Cardi B's. Like, it's like there are women that look different, and they still exude confidence. They still exude leadership, and it looks different. And whichever way you decide to take it, is welcomed here.
Yes.
And so I think that's beautiful, because growing up, the confidence message for me was like, don't get pregnant.
It was always
you better go to school. You better be smart. Like, it wasn't like you have these other avenues and you can be a boss in that too.
Yep.
And it's no shade to my parents. That's just where they were now. But now you got kids where it's like they can become a makeup artist, and it's like maybe they don't go to college and they killing it.
They're killing it.
And you can walk into, you could be doing Michelle Obama's makeup. Now she want you to travel with her. Like, you know what I I mean? Or
I think a lot of times, and it goes back to you don't know what you don't know, or you don't know what you don't see. A lot of people, parents, don't see how it could work because they didn't see it for themselves, or they
they're like a
don't know
podcast.
anybody. Yeah, or
What is
anything. Like
that?
you're gonna do makeup for a living. Like, what else are you
Lashes?
gonna do? And you also, I think something else that comes with confidence is learning, hey, just because somebody else doesn't see it for you doesn't mean that it cannot be. And maybe you don't actually see somebody who looks like you that's doing exactly what you want to do, but that's okay because there's always got to be the first, right? There's still room. Even there's a million fucking podcasts out there, but guess what? People quit every week too. So that doesn't mean that you shouldn't pick up your equipment and get started because somebody else is doing it. You think they didn't want to make candy after the first piece of candy came out? It's candy everywhere. You can go to a whole fucking candy store.
Now it's vegan candy. Somebody was probably like, no one's gonna want sugarless candy. I love sugarless candy. Like, it's like, you better stop listening to these folks. Also, I think it's important for people to share those testimonies, especially women. This is why I love Sarah Jakes Roberts. Every time she gets on her podcast and talks about how there was one point where she got in her vehicle and backed it up and smashed it into her ex-husband's car and kept doing it because he was cheating on her and the girl was in the car. She's a pastor.
But also don't do that.
Don't know, and she says don't do it, but that's not the point. People mess up. That doesn't mean it's the end of the world for you.
Yes.
You still have a path. You still have a journey. Pick it up and keep going. Don't aim to do it, but you will have a mishap in life. You will get out of character at some point in life. And so I wonder, do you talk about those things with the girls?
Yes, we do. And it's so funny. You talked about like keep going. Today is what's the World Semicolon Day? And I have one on my wrist.
What is that?
So it basically means like to keep, like to not stop. Like there was a point in life where I thought I wanted to stop. And I got this tattoo to remind myself to keep going, that you're going to mess up. It's inevitable. And I share the thing that I always tell our mentors when we're talking to our girls is be vulnerable with them. Tell them the stories. They think I'm so funny. And I'm like, no, but it's real. Like, I really did this. I actually took my mother's car and crashed it into a 7-Eleven window.
On purpose?
No, I didn't do it on purpose.
How
And it was
old
over
were
a
you?
boy. I was
Of course it was. I already knew
I
that.
was a boy. I was like 14 or 13. I just moved to Virginia. I had no confidence. The girls were looking at me crazy. Why you talk like that? All the things. And one of my friends was like, your boyfriend is in a car with some white girl. And I was like, where?
I know you.
And
fucking
and it was we didn't have cell phones. So
you had to pull up.
I stole my mother's car and I took that car and ran it through the 7-Eleven window.
Were they in the 7-Eleven?
No, he was like beside the car, but I was trying to speed off and be cute. And then when I say I went straight through the Slurpee machines at that time were like right there. They stopped me. And I think about like,
what if you would have hit somebody? Your whole life would have been different.
I wouldn't be sitting here.
You would be in jail.
I would be in
prison, actually. You'd be a butch bitch
Oh,
with a girlfriend.
But
Hey, it's gonna be Orange is the New Black. You would
That's
be
actually
talking
one of
about
my
these
favorite
pink.
shows.
Me too.
But yeah, I've had like the things that have happened, and I thought that it was over.
end of the world.
Like I was like, my mom is about to kick my behind, and I'm still here. She still loves me. It's a very sensitive topic. My bad.
And we all have something like that. And I think it's so important. I can't wait to meet your young girls if I get to meet them. Because it's so, the confidence, all the things that you're teaching them. I wish you would start an adult woman one, because I'll be the first applicant. But it's so imperative, because we love boys. We love you be boy crazy. And when you lack confidence and no leadership in your life, that be the thing that really gets you out of line.
And
A
I'm not
nigga.
even, like thinking about like he is like so irrelevant. Like so
Right.
it's like, but at that time you think that is the thing.
Right.
That is like, it was my whole world. And I was like, you in a car with a white girl. I'm about to pull up. I pulled up and went straight through the window. So
I was
So
watching.
what happened at school the next day?
I didn't, you know what? I ran away. I ran away for a couple of days.
Oh, this was bad.
Oh, it was bad.
Did you leave the car in the?
Okay, so I left.
Because this story is wild.
So I pulled the car out.
Was
Right?
this on the
I don't think so.
Okay.
It might have been in the news, but I pull the car out. I park it right, like where my mother's car was, and it's like scratched up, all banged up. I go back. I get in my room, go back to sleep. So the cops they come knocking, and I'm like, oh, what's going on?
Who said that?
And my mother is like, they're like, ma'am, someone has stolen your car. And I was like, someone has stolen your car? Like, And then my mom gave me this look of like death, and I just ran.
She knew it was you.
Oh yeah, she knew it was me, and I just ran away. And the thing is that
because they stole it and brought it back home.
The worst punishment ever is that she never touched me. She just didn't talk to me. It was the worst.
The silent.
Yeah, it was like, Mom, your food is there.
Mm.
So I had to go through like some type of something with Prince William County because I was living in Virginia.
You needed to.
Yeah, I did something, and the thing was that there was like there was no bar there to like stop me, and that was supposed to be there. Like I should have been able to like dump and then go through. I was able to go straight through because they had just built the 7-Eleven. So,
But they didn't have all they safety
God came.
They didn't have no permits. They did that renovation and didn't have no permits pulled.
It wasn't my fault.
Wow.
Yeah, I really thought I was putting it in reverse, and I put it in drive.
I will never, when you look at some of the things that you do as a young person and you're like, wow, you really stress your parents out.
Ooh.
And it could have been worse because some people do it and it's like someone did die or the person died or you did go to prison. Do you remember? I think you were with us. This was when I turned 18. We had my birthday dinner at On the Border, and we were. I was like, On the Border. Remember, we used to really be out on the border. I turned 18, and I was going to the club. You couldn't tell me nothing. I couldn't wait because now I had my ID. I have a best friend. Her name is Sharina. She was a year younger. She was not 18 yet, but she's like, I'm coming, and she had a car. So we're all going, and we're driving to Dallas, which I see why parents just.
And we were in the suburbs, so it's a good 35, 40 minute drive.
We're excited. Somebody snuck some alcohol. Sharina hit a car. She the one that's not even supposed to be going. And she hit the car and kept going. And we were like, young people are really dumb. I'm sorry. You just are because you'd be scared and stupid.
So scared.
We'd still drive to the club and the people are following us. And I was like, Sharina, you have to stop. Like, for real, you have to stop. Like, so it's my birthday ruined. And I'm only concerned about my birthday's ruined. And we can't go to, what was the?
Purgatory?
Purgatory. We can't go to Purgatory and meet niggas. Like, I can't believe, I don't want no kids. So we pull over, it's the adults, and they're adults telling, and I'm like, we gotta call our parents. Like, Sharina's like, I'm not calling my mom. I'm just gonna show her the insurance and stuff. And we still go to the club. We get to the club. Sharina can't get in the club because she's not old enough and the fake ID didn't work. She sits outside the whole night and we're in the club. And this could have just gone so left. They could have called the police. They didn't. They was irresponsible as well. Yeah. We could have died in the car accident.
I tell the girls all this.
She could have got kidnapped or date raped outside. There was just so many things that could have happened. And it's like, wow.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that you have your hand on how many young girls are in the organization.
So right now in our fourth cohort is 20, but within the whole organization, since we've had 4 cohorts, it's about 100. And then our impact is thousands because we do community events also. We just had like a wellness event. We'll have a girl power summit. We have like a lot of things. So we try to do our outreach. I wish I could take every girl on a trip, et cetera, but from a safety perspective, that just doesn't make sense. I can't show up to Atlanta, Hartsville with 1,000 people.
Yeah, they're
right.
like,
Okay.
man, they're gonna send ICE.
Yeah.
They are.
Now-
They're gonna be like, what the fuck is going on here?
I know there's an application process
Yes.
for the girls to be a part of the program, but what about women who would like to volunteer and help? Is there a way to do that? And
Yeah,
if so
they-
how?
They just go to our website and send in an inquiry there, and we have so many different ways for them to volunteer. Our mentor program is application though, because that we have to do background checks, et cetera, and we want it to be consistent. So our girls know their mentor. Those are like, like big sisters.
I didn't know you had mentorship.
Yeah, they have like, You thought I was doing? I can't.
Oh my gosh, I love that. What's the criteria?
Oh, Medina, I'll talk to you.
Okay.
I'll talk to you.
And that
Like,
website.
I think I would be interested in that. I have
Oh, good.
mentored kids before.
Okay.
And I really enjoyed it. But then
Okay.
when I felt like my time was too sparse, I was like,
that's-
okay, these are kids you don't want to like
Thank you.
halfway
Play with
do it. Yeah.
Now they
So I
This
stopped.
This is a 1.5-year commitment because at the end you actually go on a trip with us. So our mentors get to travel with us. And they
This
have we
reminds
have
me
these
of
things
Ron
called
Clark.
family groups, and they just are like within their groups. That's the part I love about it being like 20 girls. We can still break it down so everyone feels seen, because I feel like that's important too.
Yeah,
Like,
that
they
is
need to be able to
absolutely
feel seen.
Hard.
So yep.
How do you, well, first of all, that website is thepowerofgirls.org.
Yep.
How do you go over, I don't know if that's the right way to say it. How do you handle social media pressures with young women? We didn't have that.
There's actually a whole lesson that we go through with social media to teach them. So we did this thing called a gallery walk, and they had to actually go on social media and show us the things that are jarring to them, and like how do they overcome that. And we try to show them like before and afters. Like I'm like, this is not real, guys. Like, some of this stuff is not real that you're seeing. You need to be able to understand the behind the scenes. You have to just know that there's a glare over it, a filter, etc. For them to like really understand, like, you don't have to do everything that you see because somebody else is doing it. When I went away for summer break, I didn't see my friends until I went back to school.
Right.
And when I went home in the evenings, they didn't see anything that was going on in my house. You could see so much stuff. It's so many images that are coming to them, and we try to help them filter it out. I can't stop them, right? I can't say, don't go on social media, but I want them to look at it in a very different lens. So I say, hey, does this look real? Does this not look real? You know, does this person have a filter on? Does this person look like they've altered themselves? And all of those things are fine, right? Like, if you want to do that, but understand that some things are just not real.
Right.
And don't like take it to heart that these things are real.
Yeah, social media is a highlight reel.
Yeah, it's a
for
highlight.
most people. You
Oh yeah,
know?
definitely. But for me, it is. You think I'm not the person. You're not gonna catch me with tears on there. I'm gonna go to my therapist for that. But it's a highlight reel. So
It is a highlight reel.
yeah.
It's like
So
Post
we
my
we
best
are very
pictures.
intentional about teaching them that. Yeah, very intentional.
my new saying has been, I need to put it on a shirt, is everybody's lying, including us. Everybody walks around
I
here
didn't lie to
lying.
y'all, I promise.
I'm just saying, like, on a regular basis, everybody's walking around here like, I will never forget. There have been several times when I had my friend told me to start calling it a mentee bee because it's cuter than a mental breakdown. I had a little mentee bee in the car. I mean, it was like a crazy mental breakdown in the car, tears, everything.
Oh no.
I swept it up and I went into wherever I was going. They're like, how are you doing today? I was like, I'm good.
Oh, I do.
That's what I'm saying.
Nah, I
We
do
all
that.
be lying. Like, it's not like a day that goes by where you're not lying. And so it's like, I tell them that. Tell them I said it. Everybody's like, these bitches is lying. Don't say that, but they lying.
Get that shirt. That was
They be lying. They lie about their marriage. They lie about love. They lie about things. Everybody lies, and it's okay. It's okay. It's a part of life. But as long as you know the truth when you lay down at night,
yes, ma'am.
please do. I also wanted to talk about body imaging with the young girls. Do you talk about that being chosen? Like, how do we talk about dating with them? Do we talk about that?
We don't talk about it too much because I'm with middle school, right? So they're just figuring out themselves before we start talking about another person. High school, I let it be like individually, one-on-one, but body is just more of those things that it's just acceptance, right? And that's that confidence owning. Like, I am not a curvy person. And I was like, wait a minute. One day I put on an outfit and my friend had on an outfit and I was like, why do we look so different when I was in high school? And I was like, oh, you have curves and I don't. But I'm cool. Like, I love that. I love my legs. It's a thing that I want them to find the thing that they really, really love about themselves because everybody is so different. And the thing is so crazy about bodies is that we go through these phases, right? So when I was growing up, super, super, super skinny was important, right? And now I want to say it's shifting away from like the curvy body. Maybe it's going more into athletic. I don't know. With the ALOs of the world and stuff like this, alo.
I don't even know what that is.
company.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
Is it alo or aloe? Okay.
Okay, but you have like all of these different shapes, and I just want them to appreciate their shapes and the fact that they're going to change. I've had girls that have been on like the more chunkier side and then they've lost weight, but I don't want them to lose weight. Because I just want them to be healthy. Like, just be healthy, get your circumference down and make sure that you're healthy. But again, just teaching them that own what it is that you have and know that eventually it'll probably change. The things that you like will change. You're going to evolve. You'll become Medina 1, 2, 3, etc.
Yeah.
But yeah, we definitely talk about bodies because they see it. They see it around. I mean, their moms have bodies. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of them, aspire to be what I'm like, maybe you will, maybe you won't. Maybe you'll be straight up and down like me.
Or maybe you'll buy it.
Yeah.
I mean, you just
There's
don't
lots
know.
of
Like,
options.
there's options.
And your body will change. I don't look
Yeah.
nothing like I did in high school.
Me neither.
It's I was a lot lighter.
It's interesting because there's
Pretty
a
thousand.
social media influencer girl. I don't know what she is, but I forget her name, but I absolutely love her. And she made a post recently and I was cracking up and I was like, oh my gosh, this is so relatable. Somebody had sent her a message and was like, I just love that you're not one of those social media girls that like got work done and you're just naturally beautiful. And she was like, let me stop you. She was like, because if that's what y'all think, let me tell you really quick, no, I'm not. And she went through some of the things she got done. And it was just so relatable because when people slide in my DMs, they're like, you just have this natural beauty. No, I don't. I have filler in my face. It's not crazy. It's not overboard. I have Botox. It's not.
People always
stop.
think doing things changes how you look and turns you into like a crazy looking person. That can happen.
There's natural filler. Like, I don't go
That
overboard.
can happen,
Yeah.
but everybody who has gotten some sort of alteration is not looking like a cartoon version of themselves or Jessica Rabbit. So
because you're not
you also-
addicted to it.
and you also have to remember that people desire a different look for
I
themselves.
like lashes.
Somebody
That's
might
an
want to look.
alteration. I mean, you'll never catch me without lashes. That's just
Mhm.
I just like the way my eyes look like that. Like I said, do what's good for you. I like boobs that sit up here.
And that's why I got my titties done. Like, it's like,
Yeah,
I'm one of the people where it's like, if it's something that is bothering
That's for
me,
me.
I'm doing it. I don't care what the world has to say about it. If I want
And I
to try a
think you
little
should.
lip, I'm getting a little lip.
Because why you got to walk around with no lip?
And I don't want to be walking around sad trying to like make myself be like, I don't like my lip. I didn't know I didn't like my lip, but then when I saw what you could do, I was like, let me just try it. I wanted to try it. I like it. And it looked a little natural
It does
sometimes.
look very-
Sometimes when it's freshly done, I can't move it and people be commenting in the comments, do you see your lip? Yes, I see my lip.
Shut the fuck up.
But I think even that,
Like, you think I went all day without looking in the mirror? The fuck?
there's a confidence in that though, where it's like, I got shit done
It's okay.
and it helped me.
Mm.
But you
love
own that. See what I'm saying? You own it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you didn't own it,
That's when it's like, when you talk to people, they're like, I haven't done anything done. And it's like, are you okay?
I don't even be thinking that. I think it's other people. I don't know if I think they're okay or not, but I think sometimes it's the other people getting to you. And it's like, I don't even want to talk to you about it because you got too much to say on the
Yep.
flip side. You're not actually just asking. Like, y'all ever hear somebody ask you about something that you got done before they pay you the compliment? Like, they think it looks good. Oh, your lip looks good,
Mhm.
right? And instead of being like, oh, you talked about lip filler, you got it done, it looks good. It's just like, oh, did you do something to your lip? Do you see your lip? Yes, bitch, I know, and I paid for it, and it's good. Sometimes I think we also have to check ourselves in how we treat people who
yes.
do make changes, or you don't have to comment on everything that you see that you don't like. That's
Mhm.
just a good
I
thing
tell the girls
to
about that. They
remind
have those
yourself.
what do you call it? Those ghost accounts where you can go in and I tell them, I'm like, you don't have to just scroll. You don't have to comment on
You don't have
every
to
single
participate in
thing.
everything.
You don't.
No.
I'd love to
don't.
just
If I
scroll.
commented on
I don't like
everything,
it.
I would be
I don't like it.
tired. Yeah.
Mhm.
So before we move on
Yep.
to advice, I
Yep.
also wanted to ask you both, what does effective leadership look like to you? And I say
I
effective
was about to say
leadership
effective.
because that's so important. There's leaders. Is it effective? There's influencers. Is it effective? Are you actually influenced? There was a girl the other day. She made a post about foam tanning for Black girls. Girl, I was influenced. Not only did I order it, I have it on now.
Is it the kind with the pink top and the yellow body?
No, I'll show
Oh.
you what it is. I fell in love with it, but I forgot to do my feet. I'm gonna show you after we're done. But I was influenced because she was so like charismatic and she showed the real process. And I was like, my mom got it, my sister got. What does effective leadership look like to you?
I think we talked about it a little bit about like living in your truth, being able to influence too, right? I think that leadership you influence,
Mhm.
and again, you don't have to be loud with it, etc. But effectiveness is like again moving something forward, and getting to the ultimate goal. With us in our mission, our goal is to make sure that our girls are confident leaders, and through cultural awareness,
Mhm.
I have to be effective in that, in the way that I think about things, in the way that I move things forward, but also have to be truthful with them. Sometimes I do come in and say, you know what, today's not a good day, guys. And it's okay
Mhm.
because I want them to understand that I do have emotion. But at the same time, if I need to move something forward, I will bury it for a little while, move that thing forward, and then I'll revisit it.
Mhm.
But I think that effective, like you said the word effective, you can be a leader, again, by title in some ways. But I think effective leadership comes from just, leading from behind sometimes, knowing when to lead from in front, reaching the ultimate goal. And I think that you can't be a true leader without being an effective leader. If that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. It does make sense.
Yeah. I would say something that's really important in an effective leader for me is actually being knowledgeable. Like, not just talking like you know what you're talking about, but actually knowing what you're talking about, having a plan,
Yes.
not just going through things blindly or just throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what will stick. But I think having a plan, having knowledge, having the confidence in yourself to deliver whatever it is that you're trying to deliver, whether that be a message, a project, or whatever. And then also having some level of diplomacy, like knowing how to talk to people, knowing how to receive things, not always being so quick to be upset, to be
Yes.
angry, to have like emotional reactions, I guess, to things.
Yep.
It's okay to be emotional about certain things. I don't discredit any leader for having feelings behind things, because typically anything you actually care about, you're going to have some feelings behind. But how do you manage those feelings? And how do you let your feelings affect whatever it is that you're trying to do, especially when you're in a space of some sort of leadership?
Yes, ma'am.
I would say, to add to that, I think to be an effective leader for me, the people that I consider like leaders that I would actually be like, lead me, my Lord. Um, you have to have a high level of empathy,
Mm.
way more than ego. Because when you get to lead, there are some people that I'm interested in, like their leadership, and it's like I watch them and I'm consistent in like making sure I pull up and keep up with them and listen to what they say. And it's like, because you have so many different types of people looking up to you. Everybody don't come from money.
Yep.
Everybody don't come from church. Everybody don't come from love. Everybody don't come from education. And the people that are able to touch everybody like that, there's musicians that are like that.
Yeah.
There's politicians that are like that. There's in every arena of life, there is a person that's like that. And you're like, you have a level of empathy for humanity, Black, white, Christian, Muslim. You don't listen to like the worldly ways of things. You look at the human.
Yeah.
You understand that, excuse my French, but people fuck up. You understand that people aren't perfect. You understand that people try, and sometimes their best ain't that great. I mean, like, there's like just a level of empathy that you have to have where it's like you can feel that from somebody. I see you. You see the unseen. You don't just walk past people that maybe people think are nasty or don't nobody talk, don't nobody. Like that's like, oh, come here, leader. So we have to move on to advice. This has been I can't wait to just dive into your organization. Tameka and I are actually, she has hired me to host an event that has to do with the daddies.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're single, but the girl dads are having an event at the retreat, and we're going to tell y'all about it at the end.
Oh my goodness.
I can't wait. But we're going to move on to advice. Kiki, if you don't have any more questions.
Mm-mm. So we're going to move on to advice. And I just want to remind you guys, if you want to ask us a question for us to maybe answer on the show, you can email us at advice@cocktailspod.com, or you can call us 404-692-0039.
Why they do fucked up stuff, I don't know, child.
You need to go on dates in that luteal phase.
Especially when they claim to love you. They be lying.
If you want to get some advice from us, make sure you email us at advice@cocktailspod.com. Okay, so this week's advice email says, the subject line is help. My daughter thinks she's 25. She's 16.
Mhm.
Okay, hey ladies, I never thought I'd be writing into a podcast for advice, but here I am, a concerned father who is both confused and slightly afraid of his own child. I didn't think it was going to be from a daddy. Okay, my daughter is 16 years old, but in her mind, she's a fully grown woman with a lease, a situationship, and a Sephora credit card.
She need a mortgage. Call me.
Somewhere between middle school and now, she skipped a few steps. 1 minute, she was asking me for $5 for ice cream, and now she's contouring her face like she has a corporate job and bills to pay. I don't even recognize her half the time, not because she's changed that much, but because the makeup is giving different person entirely. Her mom and I are divorced, but we actually get along pretty well. We deserve an award for that alone. The problem is, we are both equally confused. We try to talk to her, and suddenly, she's a lawyer. Everyone else is doing it. You don't trust me. I'm basically grown. Ma'am, you still ask how to reset the Wi-Fi. Recently, we found out she's been lying about her age to talk to boys.
Oh.
And that's where it stopped being funny and started being scary. Because now it's not just attitude, it's safety. We don't want to be the parents who lock her in the house and push her to rebel even more. But we also don't want to be the cool parents who look up one day and realize we missed something important. How do you protect her without pushing her away? And most importantly, how do I get my little girl back without making her feel like I'm trying to control her? Because under all this I'm grown behavior, I know she's still in there somewhere. She just has on 3 layers of foundation and an attitude. Please help. Sincerely, a dad who misses when the biggest problem was a broken Barbie leg. Well,
That must be hard as a parent. And none of
I'm
us
not
got
getting
no
a little
kids.
girl back.
Yeah.
So I just
I
want to tell
think
you
that
that
the little girl
immediately.
is probably gone.
Yeah.
They need to get an application and put it
I
in the
was about to
program.
say, I think I don't know where this dad is, but I
Mhm.
think that she needs to be able to talk to someone else that mom and dad, I mean, you gotta just remember it's mom and dad, right?
Mhm.
And I know that there are some parents, I know some parents are therapists, et cetera, and they still have their children talk to other people. She needs some type of mentor for her to be able to express the why. Because there is a why. There's a lack of something. I don't know, it's
Mhm.
confidence, whatever. Maybe she's had a bad experience and she just doesn't know how to like process it. Maybe she's already, done some things that are probably would scare her parents.
Like sex.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
I didn't want to scare the man, but yeah, maybe that's happened and that's okay, right? We're past that. She needs to talk to somebody about it.
Mhm.
She needs a soundboard. It's not that everybody else is doing it. It's something that she's seeing. I know for me when I was in college, I didn't do well my first year in college because I thought I was Little Kim.
What?
I did. I did. I was bad. But I had a lot of stuff inside of me that I needed to get out.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
I went to HBCU my first year and I just did not do well. But a lot of it was because I just was so upset about so much stuff.
Mhm.
And I just wanted to be in the street and I wanted to be with the street guys.
Mhm.
And that's what I did. And my
Mhm.
mom packed up all of my stuff. And then I went to PWI and I graduated. And that was just what I needed to do for me. But I remember those feelings that I had, even being younger. It's like you want to ask these questions, but it's like, I don't know if I should ask this question.
Mhm. Or I
I
don't
think
know how to
I
ask
ask. I
it.
think that like if there's an aunt or someone else in the communities, maybe somebody at their church, link her up with that person and it's gonna take time. It's not like, oh, Tameka can write something and it's gonna no, that doesn't happen that way. It takes time.
Mhm.
That's why people always ask, why don't you just take the girls on a trip? No, we work with them for a year and a half before we take this ultimate trip because we want to develop real relationships with them. It's like they're family to me now.
Mhm.
So that's what she needs. She needs another person that she can talk to so she can figure out what the thing is and why she's acting that way. He may be over exaggerating too. I mean, I see some girls and they do all of those things. No, not the part that I just remembered, not the part about her reaching out to other people. That is very scary.
Like lying about her age. And
Yeah,
that's
The
such
line
a
about your age is
scary.
tricky.
I did that when I was young. So it's an interesting thing to hear a parent write in about because I definitely did that when I was and I had the people in my life. I was in a 2-parent household. I shouldn't have been doing it. And I knew I shouldn't have been doing it. But there was this man selling mixed CDs at the CD store. And he was fine. And I lied about my age. And he was trying to be a rapper. He's still trying to be a rapper. Remember him? And he worked at the stadium.
Yeah.
You remember?
Oh,
And I was like, and I lied about my age. Sometimes I
Old-ass
think,
man.
and I really was lying. I'm like, you don't know I'm lying, but he didn't. And it's like, I did have sex with him. And it's like, you as a kids is dumb, but also parents, it's like, I think sometimes, and I don't have kids, so please forgive me, but like your kids are human and some of the stuff they're doing because that's them right now.
Yeah, and also you don't have to think about everything as a worst case scenario. She's lying about her age to meet up with boys, right? And so she might very well be meeting up with those boys, but she might also just be influenced by other people or just wanting to test it out and has no intention. But if she's
Yeah.
not talking to anybody, you will definitely never know. And also to the point about the makeup, I think that there's some things, I don't know if you being dramatic or if she really does look like she has on way too much makeup. Because I think that especially when men are commenting
I was
on
about to say on
girls or women's makeup, I'm just like, do you even know what's going on for real?
She
Is it
might have a
really
little
that
lip.
much? You know
I
how
think it probably looks bad.
sometimes it might
You
look
gonna-
I think it
bad,
looks
but is
bad.
it as much as he's saying? There's little things that you could do. She could go to a makeup class. A lot of makeup artists in all sorts of cities will do a one-on-one with you and teach you how to do your makeup.
Natural
Maybe
makeup,
that's something that her and her mom could plan out
that's
and like find a
fun.
makeup artist she likes. And okay, you like expressing yourself through makeup because all of it is not about being grown to have sex with boys. She might be a budding makeup artist and
Mhm.
maybe this is how she expressed herself
Mhm.
creatively. If she can learn how to do it and you hone that skill, that's good. She could be making money in college, you know? She could be starting her own business doing all the girls' makeup so that they're not looking like drag queens or whatever else could
This
be
is true.
happening.
This is true.
But you'll never figure any of it out if you don't talk to her, and you also won't figure out if you talk to her and be throwing shade like you did all through this email. You didn't have to do all that. So when you talk to your daughter, you don't well, you know your daughter better than me, but I would think you don't necessarily have to be shady. And if you want her to take things serious, find a time to talk about what's going on and help her find someone to talk to because
Yes.
she probably still won't tell you.
And I do just want to add in, I am also, you was throwing shade, but I am proud of you for not knowing what to do and trying somewhere. You started with us, and I don't know if we helped you, but we tried. I also want to,
We try.
just in case anyone like listens to this and you're like, you feel like you can go talk to your young daughter about something that's been difficult. I think, or if you let them listen to this episode, I also think it's important for young people to remember your parents are people. And I wish that I would have known that earlier on in life.
I didn't think that my mom was a
I don't think a lot of us do. We look at your parents as that's mom and that's dad. You should know everything and everything. That your parents are people, and this is our first time here. And so if somehow somebody's young daughter does get a hold of this podcast and listen to this inspiring episode, I hope that you take this from that. Your parents are people, and they're doing it because they love you. That dad wrote in because he loves his child.
He does.
We all know the parents that didn't give a fuck about their kids. And you're just like, let Natasha wear the makeup and lie about her. Yeah. I also believe in getting in your kid's business. That's one thing that my mom, I loved boys growing. I loved boys and never stopped. My mom I never knew that she had like a thing on my phone where she saw all my text messages. She told my sister that. She still didn't tell me. My sister was like, Mom, that's how mom knew that you and Sharina skipped school to go be with your boyfriends. My mom, we called and act like my dad, my boyfriend did. But my mom already knew because she saw the text messages, or she knew the night before. And I think that it behooves parents to do that. Some people are like, this, they're private. You got
to pull up on those phones.
You got to pull up on your kid. Like, I love that my mom loved me so much.
It's so different how much messaging can go on. Like, we were just getting the hang of cell phones. We had a limit on the characters. We wasn't sending pictures at first. There was no pictures going through. It was words, and we had to type stuff short.
Yeah.
Because we had a character limit. That's why everything is short now.
And you need to have a time limit on the phone. Snatch them phones up at night. Who you in here laying in the bed texting?
They need to bring back free minutes and limited text messages for the children.
Yeah.
Because you had to wait till after 7. So it's like, you may as well go home and do your homework.
They need to have a Gen Z plan. The Gen Z plan, everything turns off at 6:30. And it just pops up and says, do your homework and read, bitch.
That's it.
Go learn something.
Do your homework and read. Well, good luck to you, sir. You'll have to write us back and let us know how things go with your daughter. I do hope that y'all are able to find some common ground there. And remember, you guys either call us to leave a voicemail with your advice, or you can email us. And now we're going to move on to the cocktails. So if you have a cocktail that you would like to share, you can also leave us a voicemail with that to 404-692-0003 something. 404-692-0039. And then you can also email us cocktails@cocktailspod.com.
Once upon a time, not long ago, I was a hoe, was a hoe, was a hoe.
Okay. Now it's your time.
Oh, God.
For the cocktail.
Okay.
You're sharing the story about how you were proposed to.
Okay. So it was Valentine's Day.
Cute.
It was, I guess, 17. Yeah, because it was 2 years. Yeah, it's like 17 years ago. I live in a condo downtown. My husband told me to come out on the balcony. But let me give you this, though. I love him, too. So I hope he's going to be like, what?
You think he's going to listen?
No, but the thing is that, like, he is an old school person when it comes to, like, certain things. And he wanted to take his jeans and lay them outside to air dry.
Okay. You're like, my community is not like this.
Yeah. So when we went outside, I just remember those jeans laying there. And I was just like, can we move the jeans? I said, I think that you're about to do something that is important and we have to remove these jeans. And he was like, are you serious? And you could tell he was like, his hands start shaking and they get a little wet. And I was like, okay, Tameka, type A, let it go. And he got on his knee and he was like, I can't even remember exactly what he said, but I was like, yes.
Did he move the jeans?
Yeah, he moved them over, but I just don't remember those jeans. I braided up in the stories. I still remember the jeans, but they were some heavy jeans, like that.
They had them
they
thick
had,
boys.
it didn't go in the dryer. But he proposed. He asked me to marry him, and I said absolutely yes. We went out that night. We went up the street. I can't think of that spot that's about to close, right on Ivan Allen.
Lucky.
Yeah, Lucky.
They're about to close.
I think so. Yeah, they're about to close.
They haven't closed already. Yeah.
They're about right before the World Cup, but He proposed. We went out that night. It's funny. I still have that dress that I wore. I wish that I could fit it, but I can't. But it's
You
all
should.
good.
I feel like you should frame the dress and frame the jeans if you still have the
Oh,
jeans.
he still has those jeans.
You need to frame
16
them.
years ago, 17 years ago. Those were some thick jeans. You know the big ones. You know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about.
Well,
But
if he still got them, they lasted. That was some good jeans.
but he asked me, and we got married 2 years later in Dominican Republic when DR was not a thing. So that was really hype for us. But yep, that's my guy who proposed.
Well,
I got married.
congratulations.
Thank
Glad
you.
you're
That's
still married.
That is so funny. I'm like,
Well,
I've been married for a minute.
we're glad you're still
Yeah,
doing it.
because
still doing
everybody,
it.
we've had people that they got proposed to and it didn't work out.
Oh,
Yeah, and
Congratulations, it's working.
and congratulations that you still have happiness.
yes, thank you.
That's wonderful.
Thank you.
So let everybody know. Thank you so much
No
for
problem.
coming.
This
This
was
was
fun.
wonderful.
This was good.
I am excited to know you. I'm happy that you were able to come on the show so at such short notice.
No problem at all.
I do want to let everybody know that Tameka is celebrating Girl Dads. It's a day party fundraiser presented by the Power of Girls. It is hosted by me. It's Sunday, May 17th. It'll be at the retreat from 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. We'll put the link in the bio so that you can get your early bird tickets. There are a bunch of honorees. I was looking at the list that you sent. AJ Terrell, who's a cornerback for the Falcons. We honoring him. There's a bunch of different men that will be getting honored. And I'm assuming that they're being honored because they're great dads.
Yes, that is definitely a criteria. Hopefully, I don't, we've been doing our research.
Yeah.
But great dads. And the thing is that, just like this dad writing in, right? There's a dynamic, right? When you grow up as a man, you know only yourself as a man. You knew yourself as a boy. But it is one thing to actually have to raise a girl and then not know anything about girlhood. And then to step into that and do a great job. I think that that's really important because sometimes, everybody, I want my seed to be a boy. And it's like, but no, you probably may get a girl and you have to influence her in certain ways. So I'm just excited to be able to celebrate them. We've been doing this for 3 years now and we've had some great guys. It's a vibe too.
Yeah.
I always tell girls, y'all need to pull up because
I've been already telling my girls, like, y'all talking about you want to meet men. This seems like it's going to be some.
I keep it, come outside. Y'all like to stay inside and watch Lifetime.
And just to reiterate, this isn't like a plated dinner and a gala. Because when you first hit me up, I was like, okay, I'm going to write a speech. You're like, no, you're actually not.
We're going to have fun.
Yeah.
I've never been like a gala person. I appreciate them and I understand what they do. Especially for sponsorships. But for this, I wanted to, Atlanta is a scene. We love day parties. I love me a day party. I'm old. I'll be tired.
It's been a minute since I've been to a day party. So
you're going to have a good time. But yeah, I always say, when you come to this event, you see Atlanta.
I love that.
Yeah,
I love
yeah,
that.
it's
And
gonna be fun.
I love that it's a day party fundraiser. So just remember that the money you spent, this is going back towards helping the Power of Girls be able to do what Tameka's doing for these young girls. Also, if you have a daughter who you think you might need to enroll in this program, click the link and just apply for the next round of young girls seeking and getting help. If you want to volunteer, help. Let everybody know where they can find you and what they can do.
So the www.thepowerofgirls.org, you can, visit there. Everything is on our site. We have an amazing website. Our person did an amazing job, but everything is there from our event to volunteering, tickets, etc. You can learn more about the program by going to our Instagram page too, which is The Power of Girls.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank y'all.
Kiki, you have any other announcements?
Yeah, before we go, I want to remind you guys, for the month of, what month are we in? April. We have a book club meeting tonight. Well, is it tonight? No. It's next week, I believe. We have our book club meeting for this month's book. Check the description to see the name of this month's book. And then we also have already selected May's book. So I'll put April and May there. I want to remind you guys, too, that first in May, the weekend of the 15th through the 17th, I will be hosting the book club here in Atlanta. And we're going to do a few different activities over the weekend. If you are in the book club or you were curious about joining and you just want to come out and hang out with us, it's open to you as well. So make sure you go to patreon.com/Kiki Said So to see all of the details for that. Right now we have one event on Sunday and then I'm ironing out the details for the rest of the weekend, but we're going to have a good time and we have time to do lots of stuff and just meet each other and get to know each other. And then I also want to remind you guys that there are still a few spots left on my Bali trip. We are going to Bali September 25th through the 30th of this year. You can reserve your spot with just a $100 deposit. The link is travel.kikisaidso.com/Bali. I'll also link that below, but it comes with your own private room and bathroom, several of the meals, breakfast every day, a lot of activities. You can see everything that we're going to be doing on the trip that is included in the price on the website, travel.kikisaidso.com/Bali. And then we're also going to have a few extras on there. So I'm really looking forward to it. And again, the trip is open to everyone, men and women. So y'all go ahead and sign up. We do have men and women who are already signed up. It's going to be a really good time. And I cannot wait to see you guys there.
I hope that men sign up. Men don't sign up for stuff like this. Y'all sign up.
We got some men
Get
signed
some
up
help.
already. So I'm excited about it. One girl said that she has started this new thing where she wants to do out of town dates, vacation dates.
Ooh.
So she has invited a man on this trip, and she went on a trip recently, and she's like, that's a good way to get to know somebody and figure out if it's going to work, and you get in a trip. So it's like, even if you don't like him, you can still enjoy wherever you are. So maybe some of y'all should suggest that.
Yeah. Really quick, few announcements on my behalf, you guys. There is an event in Atlanta that is called Movies and Mocktails. And when I found out about this event, first of all, I love that there was no alcohol because you get the pureness of people. Y'all know I love the arts. You get to watch 3 different films by local independent artists. So there's different directors, different writers that come to this event. If you're a creative, if you just love being in the creative space, because I am not an actress, I am not a director, and I'd be all up in the Movies and Mocktails, critiquing and looking at the films. The 30-minute films, 3 different films. This month's theme is love because your girl is hosting it. I hope you can come. It is the last Friday of every month. So this month, it'll be April 24th. It's an event for creatives, like I said. Anyone who loves love and loves films, please come. We'll put the link to get your ticket in the description, and I hope you can come. I've already watched the film so that I can interview the directors while we're there, and the people that are involved in this, they're just so talented. I'm so happy to be a part of it. And the girl who actually puts it on, her name is Christina. She's a CockTales fan, and I didn't know that. I wanted to be a part of this, and she was like, oh my God, I love your show. And I was like, oh my God, I love you. And it was just this great synergy. And so I'm so happy to be a part of this, you guys. It's called Movies and Mocktails. It's April 24th from 7:30 to 9:30. I hope you can make it. I also want to let you know that I am going to Thailand in August, and I lost one of my lover girls due to her mom saying she had to go to her uncle's birthday party. And so we have one spot open for Thailand in August. If you would like that spot, please book it. My retreat is not open for men because y'all be ruining stuff. So it's girls only, specifically women who maybe you've dealt with a little heartache. Maybe you just need some new friends and you just need a little fun in your life. You had a rough year. Book the trip. You're going to have a good time. You get in the group chat. I'm so connected to these women. They feel like friends. I done sent them a picture of me and a dude that I started dating that I really like. And I was like, I forgot, I really don't know y'all. Please don't nobody post the picture. So there's a connection that is made that we get to help each other and lift each other up on a daily basis. So if you need that, make sure you click the link in the description or go to my link in my bio and join us in Thailand. Thank y'all so much for everything that you support us with. We really appreciate it. And check Patreon because we posted some new stuff.
Yeah, and make sure you guys are following us on social media. On Instagram, we're at CockTales Podcast Together. We have a TikTok, and I'm also on TikTok, and you're on TikTok too, right?
I'm on TikTok, but I'm old.
Okay, well, follow us everywhere. CockTales Podcast, and then I'm at Kiki Said So on everything. Y'all, make sure that you are following on TikTok because I have to post a bunch of stuff this week specifically for TikTok, and I want y'all to see about the experience I'm going on. So y'all follow.
Make sure y'all follow me. I am Coffee Bean Dean, and I love y'all.
And until next week, you guys.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Bye. 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 Population. Goodbye. Bye. Bye. Wait on the drive. Bye. Bye. Bye.